Alright, this is my rant. Why? Because I need to. Because in less than a week, it's time to go vote. So go vote. But what we need in leadership is already the leader. A lot of people just don't follow the leader, the King, the Lord, God. You see, God made man. God gave man laws. In his laws, he set down what to do, what not to do. So, what America has been doing is what God, the Creator, the one that knows all, has told us not to do. So why do you think the country is going to hell in a handbasket? Because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. You see, God said gay, lesbian, and all that is an abomination. That means it's less than less. It's garbage. It's nothing. It leads to nothing. There's no love. Sex is not love. Physical affection is not love. Kisses is not love. Love is explained in the Bible. Love is gentle. Love is kind. Love is forgiving. Love is slow to speak, slow to anger. Love is forever. So, with all that, gays, lesbian, and all that has nothing to do with love. That has to do with self-sexual gratification. That's all it is. I just want to get mine. I don't care about you. There. Okay. Now, let's move on to abortion. Abortion is murder. Plain and simple. It's murder. I've heard videos and seen videos that when an abortion is done and there's actually a fetus, the fetus comes out alive and the nurses are told to stab it in the head with scissors. Really? That is murder. Plain and simple. That human was murdered. But it's okay, because man said it's okay. God says, thou shalt not kill. Gee, I wonder how that comes into play in human society. Well, there are psychopaths. Really psychopaths. And then there are people with absolutely no feeling whatsoever. Hitler was one. Pol Pot was one. It goes all through the centuries. There have been people that have absolutely no sympathy or empathy for anything or anybody. So they kill. They get their jollies by killing. They think they're God because they can kill somebody. Well, that's not how it works. You see, we have life. Okay, they can say that life began with a giant explosion. How? Explosions are destructive, not constructive. Okay? So in this giant explosion, how did life get to one planet and not others? They say that during evolution that the animals grew in to the areas they were in. Elephants live in the desert. Rhinos and hippos. Hippos live in the water. Fish live in the water. Birds are of the air. Polar bears live where it's cold. So do seals and walrus. Penguins. Those too. There are salmon. Salmon live in both saltwater and freshwater. How did that happen? Because they just did? Okay. But man, the only mammal on the earth that can live, survive in both cold, mid-range, and hot, live up across the whole world, from the equator to the poles. Why not? Because we can. We have climatized ourselves to the region that we live in. I live in the desert in West Texas. So I've climatized myself. I've lived in different areas. I lived in the Ozarks, where it was forest. Beautiful, beautiful. I've lived everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but I've lived in a lot of places. But we're the only animal on this earth that can live in so many different climates. So, how do you eliminate the abortion conflict? Okay, there's one simple, it's very simple solution. Don't have sex. Oh, but man can't live without sex. Look at us now. We're teaching kindergartners sex is good. And that you can change your sex so you can have more sex and you won't get pregnant. You won't get Susie pregnant. Nobody gets pregnant. And then they complain about the population in the United States isn't keeping up with the jobs that are being opened. So what do? Oh, well then we open the border. Let's open the border. That'll help everything. We'll have fentanyl. We'll have human trafficking, sex trafficking. We'll have young men coming into this country that are of military age, and who knows if they've been trained or not. They could very well have been. If they grew up in a country of a communist state, they could have trained them up. Hate freedom, hate everything about it, hate capitalism. We're going to take everything. No. Don't open the border, because it's a cancer. And cancer can only be rid of if you cut it out. So close the border and start deporting. That's how you do it. And that is in the Bible. It's biblical. Because Jerusalem, the walls were torn down. And one of the prophets, he went back and rebuilt the walls as God had instructed him to. Jericho, the walls of Jericho, they came tumbling down. Most every city in biblical time had a wall. Not all, but a lot. And so, why don't we have a wall to protect our country? This isn't everybody's country. This is America. We have a name for our country. The United States of America. And the Democrats want to make it the divided states of America, make it a communist society so that they can have all the power. No. No one human being will ever have all the power, because God is the ultimate power. And so that's where it stands. If you're going to vote to abolish abortion. Vote to rid this country of everything that is gay, lesbian, trans, whatever. Vote to close the border. To get rid of the fentanyl, the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, and all of that. Vote your heart, if you have a heart. Seek Jesus. He's seeking you. He loves you.